Meet David. He's a college student who sold over $1 million on Amazon part-time in just his first year. In this video, we're going to break down his secrets to success, how he got started, and everything you need to know to build a successful Amazon business, even if you're part-time starting with a 9-to-5 or in college. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Miles. I'm a 25-year-old seven-figure Amazon seller on a mission to help as many of you guys as possible build the side hustle or business of your dreams this year. Let's get right into the interview with David. So David, you just hit $1 million in sales while in college, driving home on the weekends in your first year. How the heck do you do that, man? Welcome to the channel.
Thank you for having me, Miles.
Yeah, okay. So talk through, your background, how you got started selling on Amazon, and then we'll dig into, building those beautiful orange bars and scaling the sales up quick.
What's up, guys? My name is David. I am 20 years old, currently at the University of Oregon, sophomore here. And I started Amazon back in August of 2023. And I saw one of my buddies on Instagram that I used to sell shoes with. He was doing like 1 or 2 million a year. So I reached out to him. And through that, I started selling on Amazon, found Miles's videos, and became one of Miles's coaching students in September.
Boom. And yeah, it's crazy how quick that can scale up. But I had like a super, super similar story in terms of having a background selling on eBay and Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that, and then transition to Amazon. I think that's a big advantage that, a lot of people have in regards to this stuff. They just, might not end up channeling it the way you did and such. So break down kind of month by month. So it's been like 8, 9, 10 months. Break down kind of, okay, got started in August, September, I did this much, October, I did this much. Let's break down kind of those inflection points.
August, I think we did 10K. September, we did, I think, 30. October, we did like 40. November, I think we did 80 or 90. And then the big jump was December. We did 240,000. And we've been maintaining 5-figure profit months for
Yep.
the past, I think, 6 or 7 months now. We did 30K in profit last month. I think we're aiming to do around 40 this month.
Which is like super, like, very, very, out there, large results and such. So a couple things. You obviously have the shoe reselling background. You also live in Oregon, which is awesome because you don't have sales tax on stuff. So if any of you guys watching this are in Oregon, Delaware, Montana, New Hampshire, or some of the states that don't have sales tax in certain things like Pennsylvania, Minnesota, Rhode Island, New Jersey, that's a big advantage you can totally take advantage of and such. And talk through like, what does it feel like to go from like starting something new and then making like 40K profit in 1 month, like 5, 6 months later?
It's awesome. It's like a really rewarding feeling because like I think a lot of people on the internet they only see like what happens afterwards. Like they don't really see what happens prior. And I feel like it took a lot of time and a lot of like hard like nights when I first started, struggling to find products, struggling to like make my first FBA shipment. And I was kind of like clueless, but like I saw so many people that were successful, like Miles, the other people that he coached, that it gave me like the courage and like the willpower to keep going. And I'm super fortunate to be where I'm at now.
Yeah, and that's the tough part though, is like when you start doing this, you have to learn so many things initially. You got to learn to create a shipment. You got to make your seller account. You got to learn to get ungated. You got to learn to source products. Then you got to learn to ship products. But continuing to grow the business once you have a couple months under your belt, if you can make it through that initial period, then it gets more simple, right? Because really the only variable you have to learn is, okay, how many do I buy this? Can I find more of this? What else are these sellers that are carrying this product selling and such, right? So break down kind of what you're a big fan of product research wise and such, because that's really the main hurdle for most beginners is they can't find enough products and such.
I think the key when I first started was trying out like a whole like wide catalog of different products to find out what you have interested in, what you have knowledge in, and then using the data that's given to you through Keepa and Selleram to make good buying decisions. So that's like on a profitable listing, seeing what other people are selling on that listing as well. And I think just like looking at what other people are selling, trying to find where they buy it from, how they buy it, and at what price. That's like the biggest key because like a lot of times they might be purchasing a product that goes on sale once a month. And you just got to constantly check and check and check again until you understand the sales cycles, understand where to buy it from. And until then, it makes it really hard. But if you have 5 or 6 friends looking at the same website, same listing, saves you a lot of time. So if you're a beginner out there, I would highly recommend reaching out.
That was a really good point about the sales cycles of different websites as well. I think that's an underrated thing that, kind of needs to be addressed and such conveniently when we're filming this. Father's Day is coming up and then 4th of July is coming up after that. then July Prime Day, and then demand really picks up with the back to school season and such too. Which, for anyone wondering, back to school, it's like mid July, early July, basically through like mid September, early September, and such, when demand goes crazy on like backpacks, soccer gear, football gear, tons of stuff like that. Let's talk about time management, because there's a lot of college kids who swear they don't have time, right? Which you've obviously proved that that's not the case. But break down, how you're managing time with class, different responsibilities and such, and building the business.
I think it's really important to have it all scheduled out. Putting in paper, in pen, or just on a calendar what you got to do that day, and finding the most important things that you have to do. And with like at the beginning, you are going to have to sacrifice a lot of things, and it's just like you just have to determine if this is something you want to do. And to grow it into a big business that it is now, I sacrifice a lot of things, but also I did a lot of things I like to do as well. So like it's kind of about finding that balance in life where you have to be most efficient with your time and you have to find ways to be most efficient. And that could either be through a VA, a prep center, working with other people. You have to find ways where your time is spent doing the most valuable things.
Yeah, the tough part definitely is like, because when you get going, it's just you,
Mhm.
right? Over time, if you're doing it correctly, you find some other sellers, you guys mastermind and work through different opportunities. It's something I did a ton. No, it's something you've done a ton too. Getting help from virtual assistants and prep centers is really good too. But you have to be capable of doing it yourself first
Mhm.
as well. So can you break down the networking side of things and what went into kind of being successful with that and stuff? Because that's something like, we make all these videos, we say it all the time. Most people still aren't implementing it. So what does it actually look like to get in the community and be active and everything?
So I didn't really understand what Amazon Twitter was until Miles told me to make an account. I made an account probably September, and I just started off like just posting what I was doing. And I had a really funny profile photo, just like my face, like right up to the camera.
Oh, I remember that too. Yeah, yeah, bro, I remember that completely.
Pete's Flips DM'd me to change it, and I did. And through then, I just started posting my P&L daily recap. So it was just like what I did that day, what I learned, and my sales and my profit for that day. And I found a way to be different because I didn't really see other people do that and recap what they were making every day. And that's like something I like kind of did for a while, and I still do now to this day. And that's just like something that other people weren't doing that kind of set me apart from others. But social media and Twitter has brought me a huge network of people. I think I have like around 3,100 followers now, which is pretty surreal to say. Met incredible people, and I learned so much by asking different questions through like Twitter. So different people I would meet, I would DM them, ask them questions, and ask them if they're willing to like hop on call with me. And a lot of the times they were because they saw that I put myself out there, I was willing to learn, and I wanted to win. And I think those are the three keys. You have to be consistent, you have to set yourself apart, and you have to show that you care. And then all these big people on Twitter, even though they're big, like Miles, they're more than willing to help you if you're put yourself out there and you ask the right questions.
Yeah, because that's who I was a couple years ago as well. Where you were, a year ago when you were just getting going was just okay. I'm a new seller, right? I can't find people to talk about this IRL, unfortunately. Being in Oregon, you can a little bit more and such, but definitely not in the small college town I was living in. And you just, you figure it out, right? You be consistent. Like I think it's so much easier to do something daily rather than like 3 times a week. And I think it's way easier to do it daily and everything. And that just made it, a lot more fun. And I know you're just doing OA right now, just arbitrage and such. What are your plans wholesale wise? I know you recently got a warehouse as well.
My plans are to grow the wholesale business, and as of now, I just want to grow it. I don't really have any other plans, and continuously make content on Twitter. I think I'm going to make a YouTube soon this summer once I'm done with school, and I think I continuously want to grow my brand. And I think that's like something I'm really passionate about, and just my main focus will be growing my Amazon storefront and growing my personal brand because I think that's really lucrative.
Yeah, and it's just giving yourself a lot of chances to find opportunities as well, just because like I think a lot of people limit themselves just opportunity wise to the people that like are already in their life, right? Which in general, unfortunately for most people is like just people they went to high school with or people they work with or whatever. But when you get out there on the internet, it gives yourself a really broad sense and it opens yourself up to a lot more potential opportunities. Like I had no idea I'd be helping people like David, build their Amazon business, right? I had no idea I'd be doing software stuff in the future. And very few people give themselves a chance to get that. And I think it's a really unique thing that, there's a reason everyone recommends it and such. It's just a little bit awkward and such, to get into and everything. What were some of the big mistakes you made as you were scaling up as well? Because you obviously had really, really good first year results, as did I by most people's standards. But what are some of the things you screwed up?
I think one of the things I screwed up from the beginning was not putting myself out there. So like for a lot of the time, I kind of did this by myself, and I was competing against other people that were working together, and it was like something that I really couldn't compete against. And number two was just buying products without looking into the data. The data tells you everything, and you have to understand it. And until you do, it's like a huge, huge roadblock. I was purchasing products that don't sell, purchasing products where price went down, and those are all things that you have to make mistakes of as a beginner to learn from and not make again. So understand your charts, understand why things happen the way they do, leave notes, and then don't make the same mistakes again.
Yeah, and that's like super common mistake is obviously buying stuff, then the competition shoots up. But the reason the competition shot up is because the lead was very easy to find and everything. And it's the kind of thing you pick up on, you build the muscle over time. Then, like we were talking about earlier, the sales cycles, you see them repeat. You're using the Seller Amp Google Sheets feature, using the Keep a Tracking feature. That makes it, really advantageous as well. Talk about merchant fulfilled, and that's been helpful in the journey because you actually have an interesting case where you didn't do much merch fulfilled compared to what most people that scale up really quick do.
So since I was pretty limited on time and a lot of my shipping happened on the weekends, merchant fulfilling wasn't something I did a lot of until Q4 and around like December. But it was amazing because a lot of people were sold out. You can sell products at a higher price and you can get and make money based on shipping because a lot of people are willing to pay high amounts for their products to come faster. So that is something that you can take advantage of when other people sell out and you can access the product in person or get next day delivery, 2-day delivery to your house on different OA websites. Quicker way for you to turn your cash around, especially if you're limited on capital. I would highly recommend FBM because it lets you understand the whole system and like the numbers a lot faster because you learn from it could be like 2 days compared to like maybe 2 or 3 weeks through FBA.
Yeah, a couple other just kind of gems. You brought up a really good point with the shipping templates for like expedited next day and 2-day orders. You can charge a lot, like 20, 30, $40 plus $1 per pound. That can get you some really good extra profit if you're shipping your FBM orders out quick and you're really on top of that stuff. Because the customer might pay $32, but you pay 14 buying it from Amazon. You just made an extra $18 profit on that one sale. And another underrated thing is definitely multi-pack orders with FBMT. You end up saving a bunch of just costs on shipping as well and such too. If you're interested in growing your Amazon business fast, even if you're a complete beginner, I have something for you. With back to school and Q4 fast approaching, now is a perfect time to apply for my coaching program. If you're interested in unparalleled one-on-one access to myself, a one-on-one live sourcing call directly with me on Zoom, 3 group coaching calls per week, as well as all my coupons, tips, tricks, and strategies, and to be around other Amazon sellers crushing the game, I'll leave a link down below in the description where you can go ahead and check out some of our student results, as well as apply if you're interested in getting direct help from me one-on-one through my coaching program. Love you guys. Back to the video with David. So you're in a very advantageous position where you live in Oregon, obviously with the sales tax and stuff. I know you considered going the prep center route. What made you kind of go the route of getting your own warehouse facility, and how's that been so far? Because I know it was really recent.
So I did get a warehouse this past month, and it was in like a really good location, and I really like the space. And the reason why I chose to go the warehouse route was because I want to scale my business into a way where it kind of automates, where I'm not working in it eventually in the future. And how it worked out was based on the rents, based on the labor I'm hiring, it would be cheaper to do that than through a prep center. And a lot of prep centers are great. I have a lot of friends that run prep centers, but I kind of want my products in and out really fast. And the only way I can guarantee fast and efficient process is through me managing it. So, and that's something I really wanted to learn as well. So that's like the main reason why I decided to go in-house. And we have no sales tax, so that's like another main reason as well.
Yeah, that's the big thing is for most people in most states, it makes sense for them to use a prep center just mathematically, being that they're paying, 7, 8, 9, 10% sales tax. In your case, obviously paying zero, even with the employee costs and the extra kind of management time that goes into that. It's neat that the math works out on your end and such too. So it was just about like $1 million your first 9, 10 months. What do you think you'll trend for 2024?
We're aiming for around probably 3 to 3.5 mil in 2024, aiming for around 500K in profit.
Boom, sounds right. Get a little 100 piece in December and such too, which is it's going to be very very strong. I remember because I've done 80 in a month with like 10,000 or something FBM, or just like ridiculous amount of FBM orders, and it's like it sucks to do, but you do it to keep the mission rolling along and such too. So for the people out there that are watching this that haven't yet gotten started, fill everyone in. Give us the blueprint. What are your final tips for beginners?
If you're a beginner, make a Twitter account, follow Miles on YouTube, binge watch his videos, watch the Buy Box Bandits podcast,
Yeah, facts, facts.
and make your first Twitter video and explain who you are. And you'll find different people that relate to what you're talking about, who you are, have similar interests, and just start talking to them. Like pick their brain apart. And as a beginner, I think putting yourself out there, talking to other people is probably the best thing you could possibly do.
Yep, that retail arbitrage, FBM, all the stuff other people won't do, right, is going to get you to the point where you can be, nice, mainly doing OA, your time nicely leveraged and such too, and everything. And then where can people find you on social media, David?
DK's FBA on both Twitter and Instagram.
Boom. Appreciate you coming on, man. I appreciate everyone for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Hope this video was helpful, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. Make sure to subscribe for more. If you want more direct help, check out my coaching program at the link in the description, and check out my full ungating tour right here and my full free course right here. See you guys in the next one.